Hello guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about consistency, but in relation to Black Lives Matter. So I was thinking whether to do a video about this, and I thought I would do one when sort of things were dying down a little bit, you know, on social media. You're not seeing it as much. In the news, the conversation seemed to be getting less and less about this, which does happen with most things. But obviously at the time, with the death of George Floyd, which had followed Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and many others that we know about, these conversations were kind of forced into the limelight at the time. And around that time as well, I wrote a blog post about it. So this is more of an encouragement, actually. I know a lot of my friends and a lot of people I know have had this, in a way, awakening, but awakening, yeah, a little bit, because it's made a lot of people realize that these issues are still happening here and now. It might not be as overt as it was 100 years ago, or not even 100 years ago. The civil rights movement in America was in the 1960s, 1950s still, so it's not that long ago. You know, this is still in the lifetimes of people that are alive today. And I mean, we can't think that it would have completely gone away in that space of time. So it's been helpful, despite the horrible circumstances, to bring these conversations to the limelight. A lot of people are realizing, wow, you know, I thought this was over, and just because I'm not experiencing it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist and it's not happening. But like I said, this is meant to be more of an encouragement for the people that are doing the work, for the people that are educating themselves, myself included. We all have our biases. So as long as we're making those changes every day, so I just wanted to encourage you, I wanted to encourage me to keep doing it in the ways that we have to do personally, and talk about consistency, like I mentioned at the start, because now that everything has died down is when the real work, you know, it actually does begin. It's the day-to-day, you know, what are we doing to make sure that our biases are being tackled. It's being uncomfortable. You know, it's having these conversations that we may not necessarily want to have. It's educating ourselves to be able to make real change. It's gonna hurt a little bit, but keep doing it, you know, keep striving for better. That's why personal development is so important, because it's as we read up, as we have these conversations, like, we're blessed to live in a world that we've got a whole lot of information at our fingertips, which is a good and bad thing, but we can choose to use it for good, to make a change in the ways that we can. And we won't always get it right, you know, it's not going to be a overnight thing, it's not going to be a one-time thing, it's going to be a lifelong journey. But as long as we are consistent throughout our lives, if we have checkpoints, you know, every so often, you know, it could be every few months, but do what works for you, and to evaluate, you know, how am I developing personally, what are some of the views that I hold. So yes, guys, you've got this. We can do this. We can be consistent, because consistency is what brings change, and being willing to be uncomfortable and tackle those uncomfortable situations that come up in life, and not shying away from them. So I hope I haven't waffled on too much and repeated myself, but stressed that we have to be consistent, guys. I'm going to try and put some links down below to get you started. If you've not already done so, I'd like to encourage you to say yes. That's all from me for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.